Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a little while since I've done an absolute victory video, so I wanted to pop one up real quick, just a little quick Gamestate update on how things are going. Just a quick update, the camera that I ended up ordering, I didn't much care for. It just didn't work right for my purposes, and I decided to send that back. My wife does videos too, so we're just going to take and invest in a good camera. So expect in about a week a dramatic uptick in video and audio quality, because we're investing in a nice one that I like a lot better. It's going to work so much better than what we've been using up until this point. Anyway, I know it's been a little while. I wanted to take and just touch up, just kind of show where I'm at in the game. I've got a lot of requests for different games and different this, that, and the other. But I don't want to forget about the one that actually brought me to YouTube and what I started doing this whole thing for. So I'm just going to go over kind of where I'm at, touch on a few of the comments that I got in the comments section. Give me a sec here. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod so I can get in close and show you guys what's going on here. Let me move the tripod out of the way and move up over here. Scan back a little bit. Alright, so here's where we're at as far as Germany is concerned. You can see they're getting ready to invade France. A little bit there on the border of Russia. I've still got them neutral. None of the events have brought them in yet, which is good. They're not due to enter for a while anyway, so I don't have to worry about their forces building up. I'm going to try to do better than the Nazis actually did when they had the two-front war going. See if I can eliminate all my competition on this side first. The French are still, if you see there, under that marker, which reduces the quality of their troops. So I want to take them out while I can. I haven't decided as far as Britain's concerned on what I'm going to do with them. I know I want to keep some troops for the home guard. I'm just not sure. Maybe I'll send the Polish troops down, let them get slaughtered trying to hold France for as long as possible. Just have to see how that goes. Down here, someone had mentioned to me about the British troops coming over towards Algeria here and trying to take that over with the Italian troops out of the way. So I used the recruitment that I got to put a few Italian troops down there to move south to hold Algeria as long as they can. That's pretty much all that's going on there. I've got a few Italian troops down there. Most of these other troops here, though, the, what do they call them, minor countries, can't leave their home country. There's only a few that can. See that one there? I forget what country that is. What is it? It's not Yugoslavia. It's Slovakia, I think, is the white one there. They can leave their home country, so they've moved across over towards Russia. They're actually one of those units that can't sea lift. They can't travel by ocean, but they can travel across other country lines. Over here in our Eastern Theater, we have pretty much the same game state that what you guys remember. The Japanese and KMT forces are now allied. They're working to push out what's left. Still keeping Russia neutral. So once they have full control over China here, I expect them, I'm going to probably move them down here into the Philippines to reinforce that before the U.S. gets involved. There are some troops to have to worry about. You can see, was it Tibet, Nepal, and Xinjiang, and so those purple ones right there. Those are all UN troops. India, thanks to an event, is actually now in the war. They actually have some other troops, focus for me, right here on top of a British garrison. So there's a couple that got added there, and then this one here into the war itself. Other than that, not too much going on over here that you guys haven't seen. I'm trying to take and use the Japanese troops to wipe out all the resistance here in the China theater before I invade the Philippines, so I can focus on one side at a time without having to, you know, divide my forces. And let's see, anything else? You can see the Americas still haven't had much going on. That red set of units there in the top right, that is Canadian units that are now activated thanks to an event. I think it had to do with like the British Commonwealth. They're actually considered part of the Commonwealth instead of like a specifically United States ally, but I guess they were more British than Americanized back in World War II. Nothing in South America, as you can see, nothing's really got activated down there yet. And I wanted to touch on a few other things here real quick for you guys. Sorry about the shaky camera thing. I'm holding it as I'm filming. Over here you can see I've got my charts all set up, and I wanted to touch on a few minor rules that are a little harder to remember that I always have to remind myself of. You can see there is the German strategic warfare marker. The Americans start at the max at 60 and it stays there until they enter the war. The Germans is going to be entering back and forth though because of the airplane rule thing. Who uses the most air power basically gets to move the opponent's marker that many points, however many planes you have left on the strategic warfare marker. Army unit markers, I'm not really using those yet. I'll probably get into that since you can see way over there I've got shit everywhere, so I've got to start using these things. Here is the naval chart, and if you guys remember the Italian and French ships that were here, they ended up being repaired. They're actually now on the turn marker. That's what all those ships are. The production was done. Remember, anything that you produce, tank-wise, ships, and I'm not sure on planes, I'll have to look that up to be sure, but I know tanks and ships for certain go on the turn record track, not the game board directly. So remember, put them there, and when you move your game turn marker, just take all your pieces. You can see there's my game turn marker, and then I've got the units that are going to be deployed the following turn and other reminders on there. And a few other little things you can see. There's my front chart that I keep there in between, filming of battles. All the neutral and axis air power, and another army chart that I'm not really paying too much attention to, but I need to reduce the counter clutter. Here is the chart for the flags. I found it's easier because most of your flags are going to start here in the neutral box. I took the bigger powers, USA, USSR, Vichy France for if it comes into it, and set them off to the side. And the rest I organized alphabetically. That way when I have to look one up, I can look it up real quick. And you can see the ones that are UN, pro-Nazi, pro-Japan, pro-US, pro-Soviet, and then conquest. And I think I might have missed one. Japanese have... No, wait, they have minor allies. I don't think they have any conquest yet. I didn't have but one save marker over here. It was that Hadel, I think was the name of it. The one that prevented you from invading France until 1940. And the other chart here is the national leadership chart. Not much is being done with that yet. This is where the election is going to take place. We're not going to deal with that until I think it's 8 turns in. But this one down here, the Empire of Japan, a lot of events have actually had to do with that. So I've already been moving that across. And if you have this leader, of Japan, it affects it one way. So it's interesting. It's the order in which you draw the events determine who the leader is, and who the leader is determines what happens on future events. So it's a neat little system, but make sure you're keeping track of where your leaders are and you're moving those markers when you guys are supposed to. And I think that's it for now. I just wanted to make sure and touch back on the game and showed you guys where everything was. I'm going to get started on the next turn as soon as I can. Like I said, I've had a lot going on. So with this game being as big and as extravagant as it is, still awesome. Love it. Compass Games, you guys did good with it. It is massive in scope, but not too heavy on the rules to be daunting to not really be able to get into it, like a World at War is, you know. That one, it's just so massive, it's hard to keep track of, especially for a guy like me whose memory is crap, you know. But anyway, you guys take care. I will get the next video up as soon as I can. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm started doing a lot more for Lock and Load Publishing. I've really gotten into their stuff because it's quality, it's good. I'm going to be doing that, and in between that and this, I'm going to try to squeeze in older games like Victory Games Carrier, Ambush, Battle Hymn, stuff that you don't see too many videos online for, doing like little tutorials for those when I can. So y'all be on the lookout for those. Y'all take care, and I'll see you in the next video.